In football, success often feels timeless, but even the most dominant dynasties can stumble. Just last season, Manchester City stood at the pinnacle of football, achieving what many thought was impossible. A treble that included the UCL trophy, a record-extending Premier League title, and an FA Cup win that showcased their dominance across competitions. Kevin De Bruyne's unmatched playmaking and Erling Haaland's record-shattering 52 goals in all competitions were the hallmarks of a side that seemed untouchable.
Mr. Josep Guardiola. He is the crowning jewel of the crown that is the players.
Add Pep Guardiola's tactical genius, and City didn't just win, they redefined football itself. Fast forward to now.
With 25 games to go, this is over.
You're right.
And it's almost unthinkable. 6 consecutive losses in all competitions. A squad brimming with individual brilliance, including the 2022 Ballon d'Or runner-up, Erling Haaland, suddenly seems bereft of the rhythm and clinical edge that made them unstoppable. The Premier League trophy, which once felt like a City heirloom, now feels far out of reach. Their once solid title defense has crumbled. Meanwhile, their FA Cup journey ended prematurely, and hopes of retaining the UCL trophy, a symbol of years of perseverance, look dimmer than ever. The stat sheet tells a completely different story. Just 3 goals in their last 6 matches, defensive lapses aplenty, and their air of invincibility replaced by vulnerability. The journey began with bold tactical innovations. False nines, inverted fullbacks, and relentless pressing that turned the Premier League into his personal playground. How did this unstoppable force falter? To understand where they are now, we must cherish where they've been. Hold on to those memories, because the next step in this story is as shocking as it is unexpected. The story of Manchester City's best season reads like a fairy tale. A treble-winning campaign defined by dominance, precision, and pure artistry. The Premier League, their playground. The FA Cup, their showcase. And the Champions League, their crowning glory. It wasn't just the trophies, it was how they were won. Effortlessly elegant, yet ruthlessly efficient. Every single player played their role to perfection, all orchestrated by Pep Guardiola, the master conductor. But no empire, no matter how mighty, is immune to cracks. Beneath the silver-laden surface, a different story began to unfold. It started subtly, a whisper of doubt in the roar of victory, but it grew louder, match by match, day by day. And just like that, the transition from invincibility to vulnerability happened faster than anyone could have imagined. Rodri, City's midfield anchor and arguably their most irreplaceable player, went down, not with a bang, but with an absence that spoke volumes. His injury ripped the heart out of their system. Without him, City struggled to control games. Their once unbreakable press reduced to patches of disarray. The calm and chaos, the glue holding the entire system together, gone. And then, Kevin De Bruyne, the creative genius, the player with vision so sharp it seemed to defy logic. His injury wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. The man who had delivered clutch moments time and again for Guardiola's side was now helpless on the sidelines. His absence left a gaping hole in the final third, a void no tactical tweak could fully fill. Pep Guardiola, a master of adaptation, suddenly found himself battling not just opposition teams, but the weight of these losses. Rodri and De Bruyne weren't just players. They were the pulse of Manchester City's identity. Without them, cracks turned into chasms, and a team once feared across Europe began to falter. And just like that, the roller coaster of emotions surged downward. What was once greatness now felt like fragility, as the once unshakable dominance of Manchester City began to crumble. It felt less like a gradual decline and more like a shocking collapse. The conclusion of Phase 3, which revealed the emotional toll of injuries to Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri, leads seamlessly into this phase. It's a tale of shattered momentum, uncharacteristic performances, and the undeniable cost of over-reliance on key players. The very strengths that made City invincible now feel like they're Achilles' heel. Without De Bruyne's vision and Rodri's metronomic control, the team has looked lost, missing the tactical backbone that held their intricate system together. Their absence has been a catalyst for what feels like an unraveling. Manchester City has endured an unthinkable run of 6 consecutive defeats, a stark contrast to their quadruple winning form. Key moments include the 4-0 drubbing at the hands of Tottenham, where a listless City midfield failed to offer resistance. Even in the Champions League, their fortress was breached with losses to both Inter Milan and Sporting CP, highlighting their vulnerability in the absence of their midfield generals. Fast stats are damning. In the Premier League alone, their points per game have dropped by over 30% when Rodri is absent. Matches that once seemed like routine wins have turned into grueling battles or outright defeats, further eroding their confidence. It's a nightmare unfolding right before their eyes. Rodri, who has been City's most used player in recent years, is more than just a midfield anchor. He's the team's heartbeat. His ability to dictate tempo, recover possession, and distribute with precision was sorely missed after his injury at Euro 2024. Without him, the team's entire balance collapsed. His absence in big games has left City without their most potent playmaker. The team, once unstoppable, now feels lost without him, further underlining his importance to Guardiola's system. It's all slipping away. As we move forward, the question looms: can Manchester City recover from this slump, or are we witnessing the beginning of an era where their dominance is just a memory? Yes, there's a way to recover all of this. Just when the narrative seems darkest, Manchester City has always been a team that thrives under pressure. Their recent struggles are undeniable, but history reminds us that champions don't fade. They fight back. This isn't the first time Pep Guardiola has faced adversity, and if anyone can orchestrate a comeback, it's him. But this is just one piece of the puzzle. If you're curious about the stories that built Manchester City's dominance or the incredible impact of Pep Guardiola's philosophy, I've covered it all in my previous videos. Dive into the rise of this powerhouse, the players who made history, and the tactics that revolutionized football. Click here and relive the moments that shaped this club's legacy. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.